Good to be here.
Thank you so much for being here, Philipp. I wanted to ask you, I mean, I've mentioned at the very beginning sort of the ambitious targets that we have, right? We have this commitment of tripling renewable energy capacity. What are the biggest benefits within sort of like the transition that we need to make that bioenergy can has?
So biogas in particular can address a whole raft of issues. It's one of its great advantages. It's also one of its great issues because it's quite complicated. But it's local. It's in country, it deals with waste, but it also offers farms an opportunity to decarbonize. It can help with soil health, it can help with reduction in inputs, fertilizers, sprays, and so forth. It can change the way we farm, and already is in many European countries in a very positive way. It provides a ready stream of biological CO2 drawn out of the atmosphere that we can use to make aviation fuels or even to sequester under the North Sea, say. And it's scalable today. It's here. You know, we have countries like Denmark who are going to be 100% biomethane by the end of this decade.
Right.
You know, the European Union today is producing enough gas to power the whole of Poland. And we can carry on and we can reach in a world of reduced gas demand, for which we're heading, because as we've heard today and yesterday, electrification is around us everywhere.
Right.
But in a world of reduced gas demand, biomethane can supply upwards of 80% of European gas demand by the mid-2040s or earlier. And that's a fantastic opportunity. And it's a load of technology we can export because we've now worked out how to do it right, and we can show the rest of the world and all of their organic wastes, be they sewage, food waste, animal manures, or be it biomass opportunities in the farming rotation, how to make gas.
I mean, those are very promising sort of examples, stats, figures that you mentioned. Another one that I also wanted to present is like at COP29, the commitment that 30 countries have then made to reduce methane from organic waste by 30%. Want to reduce it by 30% compared to 2020 levels. What positive effects have you seen as a consequence sort of that in the UK, but also beyond it?
Well, you've absolutely seen more and more governments start to think about banning organic waste from landfills so that they are recycled, so that they form part of the circular economy, so those nutrients go back into the soil, because any other solution basically robs us of precious nutrients that we should be putting back into farming. You've definitely seen efforts around improving the technology around biogas and spreading the word about best-in-class technologies to make sure that when people come into this market, they're immediately adopting everything that we've learned as Germany, as UK, as Italy over the last decade, 2 decades. And you've definitely seen a wider move from people understanding that where you can, all digestible organic waste should be turned into gas.
Right. To sort of like use that potentiality that it has. So, I mean, Philipp, this session is all about looking ahead, right? I mean, we're almost entering the end of BTD here. What would you say if we look ahead, and we know that we got COP30, for example, in Brazil on the agenda, right, where biogas will also play a significant role. What would you say are some of the most fundamental, crucial next steps that we need to take in order to sort of unlock this potentiality that biogas holds?
Absolutely. Well, we need to understand the benefits, and it is incumbent upon us as a trade association, as the European Biogas Association and all the other associations, to make sure those benefits are understood by politicians, by policymakers, by local authorities, by cities around the world. We also need to make sure that we recognize the fact that there will be continued gas demand. We're not suddenly going to switch off a 150-year-old network, particularly not in Europe, overnight, and not in a number of other countries, but we can transition to alternatives that are green. We need to recognize that biogas, as opposed to potential other solutions, is here and scalable today, and so is a really brilliant way of integrating waste treatment, the future of agriculture, the decarbonisation of food production, etc., etc. And we perhaps need to think a little bit more, particularly as corporates, and that's sort of part of what we've been doing with a number of our corporate clients, is to think about using less gas and paying a bit more. Ultimately, that's the answer to making biogas available for everyone.
I love that. I mean, I was trying to write along, but there are so many benefits and also so much to do in terms of like getting our messaging out there, creating awareness to make sure that we can unlock the potentiality there. I want to thank you so much. We have a big round of applause, everyone, for Philipp Lukas.
Thank you, Hajar.
Thank you so much.
Thanks all.
Thank you.